100 good stories make me interesting at parties.
1. Journal entries as of the month of March. A. Cash in bank worth 143,750 pesos in the debit side since it is increasing and normal balance means increase. In the opposite side, which is the Del Mundo Capital worth 143,750 pesos in the credit side. The debit and credit should have an indication and a hashtag for educational use. B. The normal balance of an expense is debit. That's why we wrote it on the debit side, which means increase. Meanwhile, on the credit side is cash in bank since we paid in cash. C. Increase of cash, that's why it is on the debit side, and since we borrowed cash from the bank, loan payable will be on the credit side, which means increase of our liability. D. Decrease of our liability and increase of expense. That's why it is on the debit side. Cash on the credit side since we paid in cash. E. We purchased service vehicle and recorded it on the debit side and paid in cash, 31,250 pesos, and a liability of 92,500 pesos on the credit side. F. Rent expense on the debit side and cash in bank on the credit side since we paid in cash. G. We purchase office equipment on account, therefore, on our debit side would be office equipment and on the credit side would be accounts payable. H. We purchase repair tools on account, so our debit side would be repair tools, on the credit side, accounts payable. I. In this transaction, we rendered a service and received a cash of 5,000 pesos. The service we rendered amounted to 16,250 pesos. Therefore, we still have collectible of 11,250 pesos. So we are going to record cash and accounts receivable on the debit side and the service revenue on the credit side. J. The customer paid their liability to us, so we are recording cash on the debit side and accounts receivable on the credit side. K. We paid salary to our employee amounting to 5,620 pesos, so we are going to record the expense to the debit side and cash on the credit side. L. We receive a bill, therefore we have the liability to pay our utilities. We record the utilities expense on the debit side and accounts payable on the credit side. M. We have a liability to the customer, therefore we are going to record cash on the debit side since we already received the payment, and an earned income on the credit side. And we have a liability to the customer, therefore we are going to record cash on the debit side since we already received the payment, and unearned income on the credit side.
T accounts. Cash in bank. On the debit side, A. 153,750 pesos. C. 62,500. I. 5,000. J. 3,500. N. 620. M. 2,500. On the credit side, B. 8,750 pesos. D. 9,000. E. 31,250. F. 11,250. K. 5,620. So the ending balance is 157,250 pesos. Office equipment. On the debit side, G 10,000. Ending balance 10,000 pesos. Service revenue. On the credit side, I 16,250 pesos. Ending balance 16,250 pesos. Repair tools. On the debit side, H 6,250 pesos. Ending balance 6,250 pesos. Professional expense. On the debit side, B 8,750 pesos. Ending balance 8,750 pesos. Accounts receivable. On the debit side, 11,250 pesos. On the credit side, J 3,750 pesos. Ending balance 7,500 pesos. Accounts payable. On the credit side, C 92,500. G 10,000. H 6,250. L 930. Ending balance 109,680 pesos. Unearned income. On the credit side, M 620 pesos. N 2,500. Ending balance 3,120. Interest expense. On the debit side, D 750 pesos. Ending balance 750 pesos. Service vehicle. On the debit side, E 133,750 pesos. Ending balance 123,750 pesos. Loan payable. On the debit side, D 3,250 pesos. On the credit side, C 62,500 pesos. Ending balance 59,250. Capital. On the credit side, A 143,750 pesos. Ending balance 143,750 pesos. Prepaid rent. F 11,250 pesos on the debit side. Ending balance 11,250 pesos.
Fourth step in accounting process, then adjusted trial balance. First, we need to write a heading, Mondo Reaper Service, the name of the business, and adjusted trial balance as of the month March 2019. These are the account titles. Assets, cash in bank, accounts receivable, office equipment, service vehicle, repair tools. The liabilities, accounts payable, loan payable, are unearned income. The owner's equity, capital, service revenue. The expenses, professional expense, prepaid rent expense, salaries expense, utility expense, interest expense.
Feeling my way through the darkness, guided by a beating heart. I can't tell where the journey will end,